everybody! Welcome to Stumptcast. I'm Rik, joined as always by Jazz, Price, and Ash. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Stumptcast. Like we do every week, we're going to do some How Was Your Week, find out what everybody's been up to. And this episode, I think we're going to do the yearly quiz show. All right, so I've created a list of questions that I'm going to quiz you guys on, all sort of related to 2015 biz or loosely related. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and start at the top with How Was Your Week? And who wants to start us off this week?
You know what? I'll start us off because I want to talk about a game that I am surprisingly into that I didn't think I would be since the last podcast. Okay. I'm really into The Witcher 3.
Yeah, you've been playing it nonstop.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of it so far, and I hated Witcher 2 and Witcher 1. Like, hate's a strong word, but like, I've played both of them, and I thought they were just boring as all heck.
All heck.
All of us have talked about how like just it has way too much story, way too many cutscenes. Like I compared it to like Metal Gear Solid 4, and there's just like you never get to play; you're just constantly watching cutscenes.
Yeah,
But Witcher 3 is so good. Like
it's way more open world, huh?
Yeah, it's way like I compare it more to Skyrim than anything else. Like it's awesome.
You guys keep talking about it. I haven't played it yet, but at some point maybe.
It's good. Anyway, beyond that, my week, I don't know. I've been
busy.
I've just been, you know what I've been doing a lot lately? I've just been daydreaming. Now that Stumpt has just been getting bigger and bigger. I've been daydreaming about converting part of my house into a Stumpt studio and like all the equipment that we could get set up in there and stuff like that. So that's what I don't know. Just because it's like tax season and Stumpt money's happening, it's just caused a lot of daydreams to happen.
I like the way you're saying Stumpt money's happening, as in Stumpt money is going from us away.
We've been dealing with a lot of tax stuff
to the man.
Lately as
Paying
well.
the man.
Yeah.
Living legit, y'all.
Yeah, that's right. Pay your taxes, all right? That's the most patriotic thing you can do. Anyway, sorry.
Really?
That and
better than wearing that American flag tank top?
Ugh, that's what someone wants to do if they want to pretend.
Real patriot, man.
Don't get me started on that.
No, I agree, Ash. The Witcher 3, super fun game.
Right?
I've actually been a little bit afraid to play it because when I installed it originally and played it, my computer kept crashing until eventually my computer was like, I've had enough. And then I thought it was dead because I could not get my graphics card to be recognized by my motherboard. And it turns out that it was a known issue with The Witcher and with
caution
NVIDIA graphics
will break
cards.
computer.
Yes.
That should be included in the notes when you buy it.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure I got all the issues hammered out, but I'm still really afraid to play it. Like, I'll play it like an hour at a time and then turn it off and turn it back on and play for an hour just to make sure that my computer doesn't explode.
You just need to get a new computer, buddy.
You guys watching, you don't know the panic. The panic was real. It was like a 4-hour nonstop Facebook chat conversation of like us trying 100 different things to get Rik's computer to resurrect itself.
It was an all-day thing. Like, I spent like 5 hours trying to get my computer to be fixed, and eventually a CMOS reboot fixed it.
Yeah.
But that also caused other problems.
Aww.
So, thanks a lot, Witcher 3. You're a fantastic game, but you really caused me a lot of heartache.
I will say, though, the experience of that, like between the four of us, I think was a really cool experience in that, like, Rik and Ash were dealing with the technical aspects of Rik's computer, and then Jazz and I were essentially talking in the chat, like, okay, what are we going to do if Rik can't get out his videos, you know, we can go record something else and get that up, or like, you know, like figuring out and everything, and it kind of like reassures us in that, like, if anything really goes wrong, someone else can put out a video. Like it's not like, oh, all of a sudden we're not going to have videos for a week. It's like,
but Ash, in true IT tech form, you know, you brought me through all the troubleshooting steps, and I swear, if there was a troubleshooting, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you know, the diagram.
Oh, like a flow chart.
Flow chart. If there was a flow chart, I guarantee you that we hit the last thing on that flow. We went through every single step.
Well, we were like 2 steps away from just buying you a new.
Yeah. Last step would be just like
the
buy a new
opposite
computer.
end, you know. Did it work? No, buy a computer.
Oh
man, that was funny. Yeah, that's why.
All right. So, anybody else got some good news?
I can go ahead and talk. So this week, you guys will all have seen at this point, if you watch the series, that I finished my first run at Slime Rancher. Because right now it's in alpha, and so there's not a whole ton of content. So I showed off, I think, everything.
You're going to have some sad Slime Rancher fans.
No, but I told everybody I'm going to start right back up again next week with a new run. And so that run is actually going to be, I'm giving myself a challenge. I'm not allowed to build any corrals in my ranch. I can only go and get plorts in the wild.
Wow.
So it's a pretty tricky little thing. It'll make it a little bit more challenging. It's like I call it the free range challenge.
That's what I was going to say. You're a free range plort farmer.
But I'll allow myself,
Portland.
Yeah, I'll allow myself to grow like food and stuff in the garden. So that's kind of what the garden will be. So I'm excited for it. I think it'll be a fun little way to play that a little bit more. And then hopefully we'll get an update sometime around the corner. And then just literally right before recording this podcast, I was able to beat the chest as the keeper in the Binding of Isaac. So now I have literally 2 secrets left to accomplish in that game. One of which is it's just going to be luck of the draw. You have to use blank card and the sun card at the same time.
What?
And you unlock a new baby called Blind Baby. It's like a little sun.
I've heard of that baby.
Yeah.
I've been watching Northern Lion. He's down to 2 and he finished 1.
Yeah,
and,
exactly. And then the last thing I have to do is the lost Mega Satan.
Mega
That
Satan.
one's going to be a
luck of the draw, sort of.
dude. I have gotten there like 10 times in the past 2 weeks and died on Mega Satan.
How salty have you been?
Oh, God,
I'm surprised that you're still alive.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Don't act like you don't know my salt,
Surprised
because
you
every
still have
time
a
it
computer.
happens, the Facebook chat just like fills with me just like expletives and just talking about how much I hate the Binding of Isaac. It's the worst game in
And
the entire
Jasmine
world.
just egging him on.
I do
Yeah,
egg
Jasmine's
him
just
on
like,
because it's so fun. Because
Wah.
it's just nonstop salt nowadays. You've become the salt. You're like, they like the salt. I'll just keep adding more. And and then when you actually start...
It's
here's the thing.
become like it was an act. It was a facade at first, and now it's become you.
I know, and that's the problem. It's fine to handle it during recordings, but when it happens throughout the entire week...
Oh yeah.
Well,
you guys think that he's just putting this on, that this is an act? No, he is a surly man.
It's exactly how I felt
Surly
back when
little
I was
man.
trying to get those first Lost achievements when Rebirth first came out, and it was like 2 or 3 months after that, and I was like trying to get that last Lost achievement. It was the same deal. It's like, I'm going to be at high sodium levels until I finish this stuff. All right. Hopefully it happens soon, because if it doesn't, I might have a heart attack, y'all. All right. They're going to be like,
we don't want that.
It's like psychosomatic sodium intake. Like,
we're gonna have to stream you in on our recordings from the hospital. You know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then you
as
become
long
the
as
real
I-
Lost, and then, you'll be a ghost. You just go inside the computer.
Oh, Jess.
Then you can beat the game at its own game.
I mean, as long as I get Holy Mantle. All right. Anyway, that's basically been my week. There's something else that I wanted to bring up, but we don't have to talk about it right now. I can talk about it later.
No, bring it up. Come on.
The
Spill the
Sony,
beans.
this past, I guess it was actually like last year they tried to do this, but it was only recently that people found out because it was blocked. They tried to trademark or patent, I'd have to look up, the term Let's Play. All right, they wanted to own the phrase "Let's Play."
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
For producing of streaming and video content. And the thing is like a lot of the pundits and people like that think like this was to make sure that like Microsoft or Nintendo or none of the other big companies could do this. So they're probably trying to roll out their own streaming and content and stuff like that that's owned by Sony and run by Sony, I bet. But the thing is like trying to own that would then mean that any YouTuber out there, like from the date that gets posted, who used the term Let's Play, could technically be infringing upon Sony's copyright and then be sued for that.
Yeah.
It likely wouldn't be used for them taking your earnings or anything like that, but it could easily be used to shut down channels and videos and everything like that at the flip of a switch if they didn't like your content, if you use the term Let's Play.
Well, I think
obviously YouTubers would switch over and stop using the term Let's Play, but still, like, what a dick move.
So
okay. I don't know. I don't know if I'd call it a dick
That's a
move
dick move.
necessarily.
No, it's not.
Listen to me. I don't think it's a dick move. If anything, I think that this points to the ridiculousness of copyright law.
Exactly.
All
Sure.
Sony's trying
Sure.
to do is get in before, like you said, Microsoft or anybody else is able to copyright that term.
Sure.
It's a business strategy, and it didn't work. It's something that they tried and they failed at. But as a business, they're just trying to outthink their competition.
It's not. It's not even just that. I'm sure that, like Price said, they're rolling out some sort of live streaming platform or something, and like all businesses do, they have to prove that they're willing to fight over something so that they can market it. Like Chick-fil-A sues anybody that uses filla. Like Elder Scrolls sues anybody that uses scrolls.
Is that how you say
Chick-fil-A?
It's Chick-fil-A, silly.
Chick-fil-A.
I was like, have I been saying it wrong all this time?
You say stasis wrong.
Damn.
I just read a
I'm from
comment today
Texas.
saying it's not potato tomato, it's stasis, not stasis.
I can't stop saying it that way. And I know I'm saying it wrong every time.
Stasis rifle over here.
Patton Oswalt taught me to say
it's what
stasis
businesses
is stasis.
do. If they want to prove that if they copyright something, they have to show that they're willing to fight for it. And so to do that, they have to sue anybody that even remotely closely uses something that's within their copyright.
And I totally get that. And so I get that it's the larger issue is U.S. patent and copyright law, which is a fucking mess.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's the big evil. But still, to do that, you're a little bit of a dick. Yeah. Right? Like, I get that you're working inside the rules of business and everything like that. But, like if it were a rule that if you wanted to make $20, you had to punch a 12-year-old in the face. Punching that 12-year-old in the face is still a dick move, even though it's the only way that you can make money in this
Yeah, but
businesses
are pretty much made up of just dick moves. That's what businesses...
So
what is a business made out of? Dick
home
moves.
Of dick moves. Now that we're a small business.
Well, I mean, if we got big enough, I mean, if we were as big as Sony, I'm sure that we would have one or two dick moves in us.
Sure.
But I think
Sony
knows that it's not going to win this, and they just have to do that first step. They have to show that they're willing to fight for it.
And
and that's it.
For them, it's probably a nothing venture, nothing game.
Right.
They're just trying it just because they can. And if they lose, well, then, they tried. And if they won, well, then, kudos to them. They won.
I don't think they're trying to gain anything. I think it's literally like the lawyer said, hey, you're rolling out this live streaming platform. You have to do this.
Probably, yeah.
And I guess like my main thing is, it screamed to me when I read the article of if Sony's moving into this space, then maybe they're going to try something like Nintendo with the Nintendo Partners program and stuff like that. And if they do that, once again, I'm just going to be like, hey, see you later, Sony. We're not going to play any of your games because that's nonsense.
I'll go ahead and say right now, Sony has not been the best to U.S. Let's Players either, as far as like giving out review copies either. So not a huge loss.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Sony,
that's not that big a deal because we like our indie games the most. So we can survive without you, Sony.
Yeah. Speaking of indie games, I just beat Undertale.
Yeah, Jazz, how's your week been?
I will say there was a bit of tears. Thankfully, you couldn't see. There was no webcam, so you couldn't see it, or it would have been like black mascara.
Yeah, finally beat. How many episodes did you do? Like 15, 16?
Right now there's 16
probably.
Well, right as of today there's 16.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be another 3 more for the week, and then that's it.
There's a lot of content after you beat what's his name.
Yeah, there's a lot of content, and so I finally did all that. I feel like the one thing that I had the hardest time with that game is that there's a lot of roadblocks. Those bosses are huge roadblocks, and if you don't beat them, you have to just
by the time
you have to keep doing it over and over again.
By the time this episode comes out, it will have been done.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
So you can talk about it. You can spoil it.
I think the biggest roadblock...
but I mean, you don't want... Hold on. You don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen Undertale
I was saying
yet.
Like the huge ones were definitely Muffet, Undyne, where I've actually was so just fed up trying to beat them that I actually stopped, and I was like, I could just record this a week later. And then I was like, oh shit, I have to do this and to finish it. The last bosses, though, I will say, Azrael and Omega Flowey were probably the easiest, only because you weren't... Even if you died, the game still lets you win. Because you constantly just get started or revived over and over again.
Yeah.
Like Azrael,
you showed us that the other day, yeah.
I think I died like 5 or 6 times, and every single time I died, my heart would reform again, and then it just started over again. I was like, okay, cool. And then no matter how many times you spared him, it was like just a countdown.
Yeah.
I think Undertale is such a... it's the most inspirational story of 2015, in my opinion. I mean, the guy who made Undertale, do you know what he made it on? Game Maker.
Sure,
really?
I could see that.
That game was made on Game Maker.
Okay.
Anybody can make a game like this, and
the amount of effort, though, that I think that he must have had to go to create just the different fighting patterns that you had to use between each boss and stuff.
I think that keeps it unique and fresh.
Anybody can. I mean, the Game Maker Studio is readily available. I mean, they gave it away for free, I think, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And so anybody has access to the tools required to make this game, and it just goes to show that, Flash and fancy graphics really don't mean much in the face of a great story and innovative gameplay.
And that's I think that's the big part is the creativity that pushed Undertale forward. Like the idea, like everything, like it's steps, leaps and bounds above many other games. And so that's why it can get away with, that's why you can make it on Game Maker and still have it be solid. But if you just made a generic platformer or something like that in Game Maker,
no, of course,
it's great. You can do those, but like, it's really about that creativity. It's about that idea. Like the idea is just,
and I think the reason why it's done so well is because the characters are super relatable. They all have their flaws that, you can easily relate to. Like Papyrus is like such a boasting goof off, but he's obviously not the best, fighter in the world. But yeah, like what I appreciate the game is that a lot of the bosses and the monsters that you fight all had they'll have their own unique style of fighting them. So that when you actually go to the true lab and you start seeing like all the deformed ones that are combined together, you have to remember, okay, this is part of this monster. This is part of this monster. This is part of this monster. So you actually have to remember, how did I actually, spare this guy to defeat him? And
that's good design.
Holy shit. Those monsters were so horrifying.
Yeah.
Like absolutely horrifying, especially the one that was like a bunch of dogs. It was every single dog put together, and it came out like this.
Spoilers, Jasmine.
So gross. And so when they actually had like the dog attack, it was just like little Pomeranian without a face, and all of a sudden a mouth would just start growing around the entire face, and would just start shooting stuff.
Nice.
When you guys see it, I think I actually like got scared multiple times because it was just so surprising what they came out with. Like one where like bugs swarmed his face. And then his head popped off and started flying at you. And I was just like, oh, this is awful. I hated it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's some Cronenberg stuff right
now.
now.
No, there were some.
That's
those
Cronenberg
were true
Planet,
Cronenberg
Morty.
monsters.
Ugh,
Cronenberg Planet.
It was pretty gross.
So I just remembered something else that happened this week that I think we all did a little bit of watching at least was AGDQ.
Oh, I didn't get to watch all that. I watched snippets that Ash watched.
They're all on VODs now. You can go watch it. And Ash, you gave the link to that Reddit thread that has like every single.
It doesn't have everyone, but it had like people's personal favorites and stuff. And
I mean, I think that the list is almost complete now, and it's just because it's just timestamp links. It's just it's timestamp takes you to the VOD.
Like, I noticed that
48 hours
the
long.
Mirror's Edge one was sort of like buried down in the comments, and that's my personal favorite one that I watch because the Mirror's Edge one. Mirror's Edge is a game that I've beat like twice now, which is saying something because I don't beat games that often. But good
watching
God,
that was insane.
Watching that, and he beat it in like 39 minutes, I think. And especially the atrium part, which is a part where you have to go up probably about 20 stories or so. And he beats it in like 30 seconds. And that part takes me like an hour. Ugh.
It was like, when you look at it, it's like most of the time like was stuck in places where you have to wait.
Right.
It was like there was a part where like on a train, he's like, okay, we're going to be doing this for a minute now. You just have to like sit on that train for a while.
Right.
And then as soon as he gets off of that, he like does like a diving kick through the universe and ends up at the end of the level. It's ridiculous.
It was insane. There's like all these like diving kicks that keep you in the air.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And that there's like all these like hidden tricks to if you happen to clip through this building and land here, then close the game to main menu, then open it back up. You have hit this checkpoint, so it forwards you like past like 7 checkpoints.
How the fuck do people?
So the game. I mean, this is just a bunch of cheating.
No, that's
cheating cheaters.
That's how people speedrun Mario, man. I mean, that's
true.
just cheating.
We watched the speedrun Mario where they beat the very first Mario game in 5 minutes. They did this thing where they jump backwards because it clips you through frames faster, and then you like have to hit a bullet bill while jumping backwards at the exact moment, and it actually stops like the whole like cycle of like the castle.
No, yeah, that was the most interesting part. Is they talked about how like you have to jump backwards at particular frames, which loads the next area somehow. Like they had to know that jumping backwards at these frames somehow loads the next area for you.
So I believe that one of the things that a lot of speedrunners do, especially when they're trying to break stuff, is they like run something in the background that's tracking code. Like it's basically like saying like, tracking whatever data is being gathered, and they figure out like, oh, what's this value that's being triggered? And then they mess with it and they find out like, oh, that's this. Because there's so many of those things where like, the ones that I got really into were all the Mega Man ones because I'm a huge Mega Man fan. And some of the stuff that they were doing in the ones that weren't. So like there's always 2 categories with speedruns. There's 100%, which means you actually can't cheat your way through. You have to go and get everything. Right. Or there's the any %, which means do whatever the hell you want. And in Mega Man 2, I think it was, there's this technique that they call zipping. And it's if you get onto, you have a weapon that gives you like a little floating platform that goes up like this. And if you stand on that and you hit the ceiling, you get launched all the way to the end of wherever that tile goes. And so if there's any point in any series of levels where there's a ceiling that goes like all the way to the edge of a space, you just jump up into the thing, you get stuck in it and zip to the end. And it was shocking to see him beat, like, he starts the level, pops up into the ceiling, and then, he's at the boss.
Yeah.
Like,
and
what?
The one other run that I wanted to mention as well, which is absolutely insane, and I think everyone should watch it that's a fan of our series, is Crypt of the Necrodancer. There was, and I'm not sure, Price, if you watched that one.
Is his name?
Yes. But he did a run on a character called Kona, which I didn't know was a character in the game.
It's a newer one. I've never played Kona.
And it's the developer even said he thinks this character is impossible to beat the game with, but apparently less than 10 people in the world have beat the game with this character.
Wow.
This character runs at double time, so the beats are twice as fast. If you miss a beat, you die instantly.
You die.
If you start with only the dagger, and that's the only weapon you have in the whole game, which is apparently a pretty short range, pretty hard to hit weapon.
Yeah. It's only one square in front of you.
And
does 1 damage.
I forget her other limitations as well, but to see him...
I mean, those are the main things.
Yeah.
It's the when I was looking at the things going across the bottom, I was like, why are they going so fast?
Right.
What is going on?
And the craziest part that people mentioned in the comments saying that it was so impressive that he did it because most people that have beat that game with Kona did it on seeds that they predetermined had practice at. He did it on a random seed.
Random seed.
What?
That's
and that's what shocked me the most, that they were even doing Crypt of the Necrodancer, because like there's a reason that there aren't a lot of roguelites in AGDQ, and it's because they're random. And the whole thing about AGDQ is like you learn a specific game, a specific path, like specific levels and jumps and frames and everything. And so to see that, it was crazy. Anyway, we don't need to talk about it at any more length, but go watch some of that stuff if you're interested in it. It's fucking cool to me. I loved it.
So to finish out my week,
you hijackers.
Interrupted. I finally watched Ant-Man, which...
Oh my God.
Which I tweeted immediately when I was like started watching it. I was like, "This is a fucking bullshit bonkers movie." Just everything about it was just insane. Like he rides an ant named Anthony.
Yep. Yeah, he names it Anthony. He just had a number before
that. I know,
that.
but it was just stupid. Like how ridiculous the movie was when he started fighting Falcon, and I was just like, what the hell's going on?
Oh, I love the Falcon fight.
Falcon
fight's great.
Best fight. I think that was best fight
and
2015.
And then the factory implodes on itself like Poultrygeist.
It's the scene where he's riding through the server farms on a big freaking army of flying ants. My whole perspective there was, oh my God, what the hell must have Paul Rudd been thinking during the massive amount of green screen time that he must have had during this movie? Like, was he saying to himself, my career is about to take a huge nosedive?
No, it's
not.
I
pray to God
he was saying,
this goes well. Like,
money. Paul Rudd's making money.
When you're in the 10th Marvel movie or whatever, after they've had 9 box office smashes, you're not worried.
Yeah, they could pretty much do no wrong at that point. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm stoked for Civil War because, like, in some of the concept art, they've basically confirmed that we're gonna get to see the Hawkeye Ant-Man arrow shot, which is a classic frame where.
Hold on. Let me picture it in my mind here.
Yep.
I'm assuming he shoots an arrow.
While
Ant-Man's riding at the very tip of it, and he punches a dude in the face as soon as it gets to his face.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Is he riding
he goes
like the
full
Falcon while he's
size
doing
right
it too?
at the punch? Huh?
Is he riding the Falcon while he's doing it too?
No,
Is Hawkeye riding
it's
Falcon?
Hawkeye. No.
I heard Falcon in this, so I'm assuming Falcon or Hawkeye is riding Falcon. God damn, there's so many bird names in here. And Ant-Man's on the tip of it.
No,
that movie was
just
bonkers.
the arrow. But still, should be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And apparently this Friday, so I guess for people who are listening to this a couple days ago, so you probably already know this, but it sounds like we might get to see Spider-Man's costume this coming weekend.
But that movie was just insane. Like when they started talking about going subnuclear, and I was like, that's a smoking gun. He's going to go subnuclear. This is just so predictable.
Into the quantum realm, subatomic.
And I was like, he might find the wife there. Who knows?
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, come on, really? He comes back, but the wife doesn't? Come on.
I mean, have you guys not heard the scuttlebutt around it?
No, I did not go onto forums and read Ant-Man lore after this movie.
Well, there's got to be a sequel.
There's going to be Ant-Man and Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
And I imagine, I was like, when I heard that, I was thinking, is it the mom? Are they going to go fight her, or is it going to be the daughter that's going to do it?
The daughter's got to.
Or could it be both? Just like this one was both as well, where it was the Ant-Man, but we saw a lot of old Ant-Man and new Ant-Man.
I did enjoy Michael Douglas.
In that scene, in that sequence, there's like a series of frames that's maybe like 2 seconds long, where there's this big shadowy looking silhouette that is straight up the Wasp. Like there's still frames, you can go look it up online. There, it's straight up. She's there. So
see, I was like, I was pretty sure he's gonna find her.
No, but I assumed he was gonna find her in that movie.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean,
so
if Paul Rudd can get out of the quantum realm.
We tore it apart a little bit.
Yeah.
So good. How dare you have anything negative to say about
it? It's a 2015 movie.
Michael Pena, great.
Michael Pena, so
all right,
good.
Go for it, Rick. Before anybody else hijacks this.
All right, I'll make it short because we've gone a little long here. But this week, well, today, as a matter of fact, Tim Schafer gave an AMA. And an interesting bit that he talked about, somebody asked him, how do you get the stories and stuff? And he kind of gave us a little glimpse of what Psychonauts 2 is going to be about.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I saw a concept trailer where, they have like this island and like they're like, oh, we have all these psychonauts shields and stuff like that, and then they send the Psychonauts to go and
listen. Well, first off, I was surprised to find out that Raz is only going to be a few hours older than he was in the first game, so this is taking place right after the first game. Oh, nice. Yeah, and Tim Schafer says, the story of Psychonauts is something I wanted to do back when Psychonauts was released. In the intervening years, I've been keeping a document of ideas going with new mental worlds and story ideas going in as I think of them. So I'm starting this game with the rough story figured out, ideas for brain mechanics and engine and so on. In Psychonauts 2, Raz will finally get to go to Psychonauts headquarters, his lifelong dream. There he can see Sasha and Mila in their natural environment, international espionage. But he finds several things strange about the organization. While Truman was missing, several changes to the direction of the organization were made by his second in command. Funding was cut from the traditional psychic research and peacekeeping and redirected to unorthodox fringe endeavors, including discredited practice of necromancy.
Whoa.
Raz soon uncovers sinister things at work in the shadows of Psychonauts headquarters, including double agents and evils of the past.
Nice.
Raz's own family history plays a pivotal part in the story, and Raz must confront the roots of the curse placed on his family once and for all, and also deals with the whole girlfriend term and what that really means. So
I'm guessing we're gonna see the inside of a zombie brain. I hope it's like what their previous life was before they became a zombie.
How cool would that be?
Oh boy!
And I hope it's like, like kind of like the Milkman, where it's like 60s, nuclear family, but then like everything's also brains, and
it's gonna be running on Unreal. He said.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Since I know that the highest tier was that you actually get your own, I think a Figment. So,
cool.
As a backer. And I know that Notch put in the highest amount of money. So I'm guessing maybe Notch might be somewhere built into this game.
Maybe there'll be a Minecraft zone.
Maybe there will be. You never know. Maybe he's like some dude that just has picks and, Steves.
I bet he does something not Minecraft related.
You never know.
Yeah.
Could be.
You never know.
Speaking of donating, also... Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
I can't
Justin
wait for
Roiland and Dan Harmon. They're raising money for Project Red. Mm-hmm. And I was really stoked. I mean, I still donated because, it's a good charity. But they were like, hey, here's your chance to get a voice spot on Rick and Morty.
Oh.
Okay, so you donate. You get a chance we'll fly you out here, you and a friend. You'll be this alien overlord. You'll at least get one line. We're at least guaranteeing you one line. So I went there and I was like, sweet, I'm going to enter to win. But the thing is, one donation equals one
entry,
but then it goes up and it's like $10,000 pretty much guarantees you that you're going to stack the odds against yourself.
Right.
But I still thought it was a cool idea. So, and on Rick and Morty news, the Rick and Morty game.
Yeah, no, I'm excited
They
about
said
that.
it's coming out on the 14th.
Pocket Mortys.
Rick,
Pocket Mortys.
I
It's
want
like
my
Pokemon.
Mortys to fight your Mortys.
Yes.
I hope that they have battle
I hope
systems.
that there's some kind of online.
Oh, jeez. Guys, I don't know. I don't want to fight.
Yeah.
So did you say
I'm gonna build the best
the
Morty
14th?
army?
So it's already out by the time this comes.
It's already out by the time this podcast is out, yes. But as of recording, it comes out in 3 days. And I figured out you can use the program BlueStacks and you can play Android and iOS games on your computer. So I'm going to be playing that on the computer. I'm going to be recording that. I'm going to get that out. It's going to be awesome.
So hopefully you guys have already seen it at this point. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, it might be coming out next week. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I've got quite a bit of Subnautica coming out this week.
I'm hoping that there is like a battle system where you can actually battle your friends with their Mortys.
Sure.
Because I saw the different Mortys that they had. There's a rabbit Morty. There's a greaser Morty.
Greaser Morty.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like the super Morty fan, Rik.
Yeah, he doesn't have any Mortys.
Morty hats on, and he's like, "Wow, your Mortys are so great."
It's like a Poke fan where they're like, "Oh, we love these Pokemon, but we don't really have one."
I mean, it's basically a Pokemon clone, right?
It is a Pokemon clone.
Yeah. That's so good.
But I mean, Rick and Morty. Oh, and it's free. And it's free.
Oh, is it free?
Friggin',
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know how you capture
because Rick and Morty's
Mortys,
the
though.
best.
We'll have to find out.
Well, we'll find out, Rick.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but in anticipation, I've been rewatching the first season.
It's a good show.
Yeah, I want the second season to come out on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
but probably got a few months before that happens.
Still have another year before the third season.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah,
that second season finale, man.
Oh boy. Oh, it's all getting dark.
Ooh wee.
Mr. Poopy Butthole.
One more thing
Summer, Mr. Poopy Butthole.
One more thing you seem to have neglected to mention during your week, Rik. You got yourself a wicked looking haircut, man.
Oh yeah,
this guy.
I cut my own hair, and I really can't go like a month without cutting my hair. Anything over a month and it's too shaggy for me. So
looking fly, man. Looking fly.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, just cut it yesterday. Yeah. So that's our week, man. We are good at talking. I'm sorry if you guys think that we're rambly, but we just haven't seen each other for a week, and this is our first chance to catch
We haven't
up.
seen each other for like a couple
like
of days.
2 days we haven't seen each other.
I guess that's true.
We should just pull the trigger and live with each other.
Yeah.
Our cats could fight your dogs.
HQ.
Your dogs would die.
Our pig would rule it all.
We'll all sleep in one bedroom and bunk beds,
Yeah.
It'll be
Onesies.
Yeah, like a 3-tier bunk
I
bed.
don't
with,
want this. Take it back.
Come on.
He does. He secretly does.
He does. He's just trying to be cool. All right, let's put a bow on how's your week, and let's get into the topic of this Stumptcast, which is the yearly quiz episode.
Woo!
What I've done was I spent quite a bit of time putting together this quiz, and I hope that it comes out all right. I've got my notepad ready to take the scores down.
That depends. If there's no chicken boy in this quiz, then I'm going to be a little upset.
There is no chicken boy in this quiz. This isn't the National Days quiz that we did last year. Okay, this is all video game related.
All right,
and it all is either related or loosely related to video games that came out in 2015. All right.
God,
with the exception of one question.
The video game ones. You get like the most obscure questions ever.
Well, no, I'm hoping these aren't too obscure. I try to make them not super easy, and also the ones that are a little bit more obscure, there's multiple choice answers, so you've got a 25%.
Don't judge a quiz by its cover, Jazz. All right,
that's right.
I just did.
Just roll with it.
I just did.
Okay, guys, let's go ahead and start with question number 1, which is hold on, the rules. Pretty simple. All right, first person to say buzz, that's your buzzer. Okay, you got to buzz in to answer. All right. And that's pretty much it. Each question counts for a point. There will be opportunities for bonus points on some questions, so try to take full advantage of the bonus points if you can, all right? With that being said, question number 1. Troy Baker has voiced a number of characters from Booker DeWitt in BioShock Infinite to the Joker in Arkham Origins. In 2015, for how many video games did Troy Baker provide voices? Bonus points if you can name any of the games that he voiced in 2015.
Oh my God, he's in everything.
Did he voice A, 4 games, B, 9 games, C, 3 games, or D, 15 games?
Buzz.
Price.
B, 9 games.
B, 9 games. Price. You're on the board, man.
Yeah.
B, 9 games. Good. Was that a guess or did you know?
It was a guess. I knew he was in a lot. Let me think. What games came out last year that Troy Baker
This is the bonus point part, so you guys can buzz in, and if you know what games that he provided voices for this year.
I can still go, right, for the bonus?
Just do it.
Just say buzz.
Oh, buzz.
Okay.
Tales from the Borderlands?
Yes, that's 1.
Arkham Knight?
That is 2. Come on, guys. Buzz if you know him.
Buzz. Metal Gear Solid 5.
That is, you've got a point.
Oh, wow.
There's
Buzz,
still
Assassin's Creed. What was the one that just came out? Syndicate?
He was not a voice in Assassin's Creed.
Really?
No.
Shocker. I think he's been in like every one.
Buzz, was he in Witcher 3?
He was not in Witcher 3.
God. He's in everything, though. God damn it.
I know,
He is. He does a lot of voices.
Yeah.
And not just for video games, for TV shows, for movies.
Shit.
All right, I'll give you guys 10 more seconds.
I can't think of any others.
I can't.
And I know when you say any more, we'll know.
I know. I'm trying to think of the big games that came out. Anyway, yeah.
I think you named the big ones.
Okay.
He also voiced Infinite Crisis, Mortal Kombat X,
Oh, of course.
Lego Jurassic World, Disney Infinite 3.0, Skylanders Superchargers, and Lego Dimensions.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I mean,
He
those
would
ones I
probably
wouldn't guess.
like random characters, like smaller guys.
Yeah, I would.
Well, and
play all
I
the
had to specify how many
non-characters.
games did he provide voices for, because he provided the actual voices that he provided. There were much more than just 9 voices. He
Sure,
provides
yeah.
several voices per game.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
So, Bryce, you got 3 points that round. Good job.
Right.
And Ash, you got 1 point.
I got
think?
1 point.
There's still 13 more questions, though, so there's plenty of time to make up ground. All right. Question number 2. Throughout 2015, Nintendo announced a number of DLC characters for Super Smash Bros. On Wii and 3DS. Which of the following characters was never announced?
Buzz?
A.
No, he has to read the answers first, Jasmine.
Go for it.
A. Waluigi. B. Bayonetta. C. Cloud Strife. Or, my D disappeared. Okay. Just those 3.
Buzz. It was Bayonetta.
Was not.
Was not announced?
Yeah, was
Yes.
not announced.
Oh. Shit.
Buzz.
Which was not announced. Ash.
Waluigi.
Waluigi is correct.
Oh.
Waluigi was not announced.
Because he's already in the game, right? I think he is.
I don't think he is.
I'm not sure.
I think he is.
But I remember
Smash, but I'm
the other
almost positive
two
he's in it.
actually from like Destructoid tweets or something.
I remember Cloud
Accidentally
and
put
Bayonetta
this-
was thrown in there.
Yeah, he's
Cloud and
asking
Bayonetta
which
were-
ones are not DLCs.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay.
I find it really strange that Bayonetta has been added to that. She is super
I know, it's very strange.
hypersexualized.
Well,
Yeah.
But
Bayonetta
it's a
2 is
Nintendo-
now a Nintendo exclusive, so
Wow.
Okay, number 3. IGN said of this game, quote, its rare moments of nostalgic joy are drowned out by its abundance of poorly thought out levels, control problems, bugs, and its glaring lack of attitude. And Game Informer went on to say, the gaming landscape has changed a lot since the series' heyday, but this title is stuck in a no man's land between not being good enough to replicate the past nor ambitious enough to move the franchise forward.
Buzz?
This game has also ranked as one of the top 5 worst of last year, according to Metacritic. What is this game? And bonus points to whoever can name the publisher.
Buzz.
Ash.
The new Tony Hawk?
It is the new Tony Hawk, Tony Hawk 5. Can anybody name the publisher?
I believe it's Activision?
It is Activision.
Oh, okay. I was going to say it's Activision, right? I mean, we all remember that intro, that little from
I
Tony
wonder
Hawk
if
Pro
they
Skater 2.
changed publishers, though. That was like...
That was kind of the tricky question.
It's a different developer now. It's not Neversoft.
It's a different dev, exactly.
Right.
It's not Neversoft anymore, but it is still Activision.
Because Neversoft is now making Rock Band, I think? Something like that.
Oh, are they?
I'm pretty sure.
What's Neversoft doing these days? Let's see. Yeah. Neversoft.
If they are, then that's a good move for them. Because that's
a good get.
So
series. What the hell happened to Tony Hawk, man? I tried to get some statistics on they're doing Guitar Hero, and they're doing they have done Guitar Hero, and their last game was Call of Duty Ghosts.
Ugh.
Right. Was the last game that they did. I mean, Tony Hawk, I tried to get some numbers to find out how much they actually spent to develop this game and how much it made, and that was kind of hard to find. But
shovelware, man.
Yeah, you'd think, but it's just like, what's the point? There's so many other games that you could shovel out there because nobody bought this piece of shit. You know?
Well, I mean, it got so
it's like
much
the fan base for this game
on
is
release.
so much older now.
Like I think like so many publishers do a good job of not letting anyone review their game until like 4 or 5 days after release. They didn't on this one. They were like, "Go ahead, man! Like release early previews," and they were awful. All of them were so bad.
They really thought they released something good. I feel like they thought they released something good. Remember when Tony Hawk tried to release that skateboard controller?
Yeah.
That was such a bad idea. That was such a bad idea.
I will say this, though. I think another part of it is, it's a different time. When the first Tony Hawk games came out, skateboarding was like the cool thing. Yeah. Like, even if you had no interest in skating yourself, even if it was something that didn't interest you whatsoever, it was something that like the cool people on the fringe did that you're like, wow, that's so cool. X Games, all this. I feel like skating does not have that pedigree anymore. Do
kids still think skateboarding's cool? Let us know, kids. Skateboarding's still cool?
I don't think skateboarding is a $60 game anymore. It's like a $20 game at best. Like games like Ollie Ollie prove that people still want to play games that are skateboarding related or that are like trick related. They're about combos and doing awesome flips and shit. But
it ain't Madden.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a full $60 game. It needs to be a more simplistic game where its gameplay is just tight and solid. And that was not.
They should have just made it about
this game was not tight and
those
solid.
Little hoverboards that everybody's riding around on, and then they burst into flames as soon as you get a multiplier.
Can people make an extreme hoverboarding like a sport? Can that
do
be
it
a
around
thing?
a pool?
Dude,
that's extreme enough.
They've made Razor Scooter video games, so there's got to be a hoverboard one coming out soon.
Yeah, people do like aggressive Razor scootering, like take it to the skate park and like go down rails and stuff.
That's for the
I've
next
seen
game jam. Hey, developers out there.
There we go.
Your next game jam, you should make extreme hoverboarding.
Yeah.
Extreme hoverboarding. Yes, please do.
You have to do as many tricks before it bursts into flames.
Yeah.
Or fall into the pool.
That round, Ash pulled into the lead. Jasmine, you still have to get on the board. All right. Here's your chance. Question number 4. Lego Dimensions features a ton of different beloved franchises. Which of the following was not included this year?
Oh, God,
A,
there's so many.
The Simpsons. B, Harry Potter. C, Portal 2. Or D, Ghostbusters.
Buzz.
Okay. Ash, then Jazz, and then Price.
Harry Potter.
God damn, Ash. Slow down, man.
I would
Slow
have thought
down.
it was The Simpsons.
That was the answer?
It was Harry Potter. Can you believe it?
that was in there.
Yeah.
My goodness.
No.
There's a lot of rumors circulating right now that the Harry Potter franchise will be included in the next iteration.
Oh, that's a
but
good
surprisingly,
DLC pack right there.
Was not included
it's all
in.
DLC.
Yeah.
That's the thing I don't like about those games is that you actually have to buy DLC. It is physical DLC that you have to buy. It's like, Amiibos, Skylanders, Infinity, Lego Dimensions. I find that whole thing scummy. I just really do. That you have to buy so many toys just to play a game.
It's collectibles, man.
Yeah,
I
it's
hate it.
collectibles. So I will say this: if there's gonna be DLC. I like the fact that they're tying it to a physical thing, so that when when I'm done playing the game, I can have a cool little figurine.
That
to
is
go
true.
along
But
with
it prevents you from actually enjoying some of the things that only collector's editions. Collector's edition, Amiibos, they get bought out so fast, and then no one ever plays them because they just keep them in the box. What's the point of that?
I fully agree there. Like the limited releases that they do with a lot of this stuff, the planned obscurity or whatever it's called, that's messed up.
No, they should have
every kid
enough
wants these
for
Mario
every
toys.
single
Every kid
person.
wants these things. Everybody should get them.
I find it so scummy.
I'll say that the Lego Dimensions seems better than Amiibos in two different ways. One, I think that Legos are just cooler. They're an actual movable thing that you can play with outside of it being DLC for the content. But I'll also say that the DLC content that you get is an actual whole new zone. It's a whole new level. Whereas Amiibos, they tend to just unlock a skin in a game or something. They don't really do a whole different area like the Lego Dimensions does.
A good example of that is I got really excited for the new Animal Crossing, the house designer one. When I found out it was mostly Amiibo locked, I was like, nope, I'm not even going to touch it. I think that is really scummy as hell that I have to pay extra money. And I think how much are Amiibos? $15 each?
They're like 10.
They're expensive.
They're
10.
I'd say I think there's a range of them based on the quality of them and
so
stuff like that.
So the fact that if I want a special chair, I have to buy a little figurine.
But that is Nintendo's trying to make it so that you need this whole collection of toys for every game now.
I hate that.
And I will say this, I think it's a really interesting thing, and this is as someone who I haven't owned a Nintendo console in a decade. But I will say that I think it's cool that they, the first generation Amiibos work for, all the games that came out then, and they continue to work for new games going forward. So it's if you got the Donkey Kong figure, it's you can use that for everything.
Yeah.
They just released, I know this because a friend of mine got one, the Shovel Knight Amiibo, which that's actually really cool, the way that one works. It unlocks a whole new part of the game where you level him up. Your character, and so instead of unlocking stuff through getting gems and then buying the skills, you through playing it with a friend or by yourself, you can level the character up, and then it unlocks co-op mode if you have a friend who also has a Shovel Knight Amiibo.
Also
but
has.
I agree with you, Jasmine, that like it would be nice if for those of us who aren't fortunate enough to be able to get the Amiibo while the 10 of them that exist are around, that we could buy like the DLC external to that. But I do like the idea of if you're going to have DLC, a cool little physical thing next to it is pretty nice. I think that's kind of cool.
I just don't like
All
it.
right. Question number 5. In May of 2015, this developer, probably best known for a popular sci-fi role-playing third-person shooter series, celebrated its 20th anniversary. Who's the developer? And bonus points if you can name any of their first 3 games.
Buzz?
Oh.
Price.
Is it... Shit.
Sci-fi
Is it it's not EA, is it?
It is not.
Damn it.
Buzz.
Ash.
20 years.
Fuck. It's the developer of BioShock and System Shock and all of those.
You are incorrect, sir. Jasmine, you got a guess?
Is it-
Would you like me to read the question?
It's not Doom. It's 20 years ago. 20 years from okay, so 2005 or 1995.
In 2015, this developer, probably best known
Is it the
for a
people
popular sci-fi role-playing third-person shooter, celebrated its 20th anniversary.
role playing first person shooter? Was
Third
it the
person.
people that did Turok?
No.
No. I don't know.
I think you guys are overthinking this.
Yeah.
Okay.
In May 2015, this developer
Oh, was it the people that did Wolfgang or
celebrated its 20th anniversary, but they are probably best known for a popular sci-fi role-playing third-person shooter series.
Mass Effect series? That's why I said EA.
Oh, Buzz, BioWare.
Ash!
God damn it.
BioWare it is.
I
yes.
couldn't remember the name
EA
of
is the
BioWare, so that's why I
publisher.
was like
it is
EA.
not the the developer.
Yeah. You're welcome, Ash.
But bonus questions if anybody knows any of the first 3 games that BioWare created.
like Baldur's Gate or that was Black Turtle.
Bam! Jasmine's
got
on the
it.
board.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate. There's 2 more if
But
anybody
isn't that
wants to throw them out there.
Black Rock? Didn't they used to go by
Black
a different
Isle?
one? Black Isle or
Black Isle.
That was their credited.
It was BioWare. It was
BioWare's.
So there's
credited
Baldur's
as the
Gate.
developer.
There's probably Shadows of Icewind
Oh,
Dale.
Icewind Dale. Damn it.
Those weren't any of the first 3. The other 2 were a game called Shattered Steel.
Okay.
And they did a follow-up to a game that I remember playing on the PlayStation called MDK.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah.
did the game
MDK.
MDK 2. Those are their
Interesting.
first 3 titles.
Yeah. God, I'm so mad that I gave that to you.
I was really I was hoping that you would get it because I know that you're a huge fan of
I was like,
Mass
it's
Effect.
Mass Effect. And all I could think of was like, who does Mass Effect? It's on Origin.
I was just thinking
so that's all I
20
could
years,
remember.
like 1995. And I was just like,
I
when
know.
came out
I
in
feel like you guys were
95?
thinking of a space game that came out in 1995. I was like, no, you're overthinking this.
Yeah.
First thought
Okay.
I had was Mass Effect.
That's interesting. I had no idea that
Okay.
BioWare had actually been around that long, though.
Well, they used to be
Yeah,
called something
I had
else.
no idea either.
They used to be called something else, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was like Black Isle or Black something.
All I know is in the timeline on Wikipedia for things that happened in 2015, it is BioWare celebrated the 20th.
Okay.
All right. Question number 6. Though the first publicly available version was released on June 24th, 2011, this spaceflight simulator, which has caught the attention of the likes of NASA and Elon Musk, was officially released April 27th of 2015.
Buzz.
What is this game? Ash.
Kerbal.
It is Kerbal.
Was it really?
Ash is
2015?
Blame and
sweeping it.
lag on that one. I definitely said Buzz before you
No,
did.
you will see. The tape will prove that it
Oh,
was
Yeah,
Ash.
the official release was
It was the
2015.
official release. It was in early access
Yes.
for like 2 or 3 years.
Exactly.
See,
It was.
I was already lost on that one. I was thinking, what came out in 2015?
Oh, I knew it. I
I hate those official release. They're out for
I know it's crazy because it was released on Steam in 2013, but it was released on their website. I
Yep.
bit my lip. Website.
Because I remember
On
us
June
playing
24th,
it before
2011.
we even started Stumped. I remember seeing it for the
Yeah.
first time over at Ash and Jasmine's place.
Yeah.
And that was before you guys had your house. Jeez.
2013.
was
we
a
were
while ago.
living, at that little
Yeah.
tall, skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tall, skinny.
The tall, skinny.
All
I
right.
hate those
drive.
houses. They're the worst.
Question number 7. In 2015, EA announced Unravel, a game in which a player takes control of a cute little string character. What is the name of the character? Is it A, Wooly, B, Yarny, C, Stringle, or D, Dangle?
Buzz.
Price.
Wooly.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Damn it.
Anybody wanna buzz in?
Is it C? I forgot what it's called.
Stringle?
Stringle?
It is not.
Buzz.
I'm sorry. Ash.
I'm pretty sure it's Yarny.
It is Yarny.
Yeah.
Ash is...
I feel like that was
He's
just
running away with this,
too
guys.
Simple.
All right. I'm going to have to.
I know that because I believe Price, the same Facebook friend that has the Shovel Knight, also bought Yarny and said its name in the tweet.
All right, I'm gonna have to up the ante on these next questions, guys, because we're halfway through.
Ash is gonna win.
All right. Each question is now worth 2 points.
All right.
With still chances for bonus points.
Mode.
All right.
Sorry, Ash, you're doing too well.
You need to slow down.
This is the blue
my friend.
shell.
It is. Blue shell round. Number 8. In 2015, Resident Evil HD Remaster was released for the PS4 and Xbox. But how many times has Resident Evil already been re-released? Is it A, once, B, twice, C, 3 times, or D, 4 times before?
Buzz. So
Price.
So to clarify, you're saying before this release.
Before this release, how many other times has it been released before?
Remastered
has it been
before?
re-released or released? Are you including the first release as well?
Re-released.
Okay. I'm going to say 3.
You would be incorrect. Damn it.
Buzz? I want to
Jasmine.
say 2? Maybe it's the first remaster?
No, it is not 2.
Really?
Yeah, Buzz. Is it just
Ash.
one time on the GameCube?
You're all wrong.
So it's 4? Okay.
It's been re-released 4 times.
Oh my God.
Resident Evil Director's Cut.
Director's Cut.
Resident Evil on GameCube.
Jesus Christ.
It's re-released on the PlayStation Network.
No, it was re-released on the DS, and it was also re-released as the DualShock Edition.
I forgot about the DS.
Yep. So 4 times this game has been re-released.
And every time they
And now
buy it.
this is the 5th one you're saying?
This is the 5th.
My God.
Yes.
And this
But
is
each time they change stuff to it.
What's
Like
ridiculous-
Well, I
Yes.
mean, no. The director's cut. Yes, it was changed. I think DualShock was just director's cut with DualShock
with
Edition.
DualShock controls, but that was a big.
I remember when this most recent re-release was announced or whatever, people were up in arms because everyone's talking about how Resident Evil 2 has never had a proper remaster.
That's true, and I think that needs one.
It's just had ports or whatever.
They announced it recently. They're doing it.
They
Good,
did
because
announce
that's
it
my
recently,
favorite.
So
It's the best. It is certainly the best Resident Evil game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 9.
Did Ash get that one? No,
nobody
that's
did.
Right. Goose
No
egg.
points in round 8. Question number 9. This small San Diego-based developer created games such as Whizzle and Arc Squadron. In 2015, they created a hit with a sequel to a mediocre 2008 PS3 title. What was this game? Was it A, This War of Mine, B, Stealth Inc. 2, C, Rocket League, or D, Magicka 2?
Buzz.
Okay, that was at the same time. So I want to see paper, rock, scissors real quick between the two of you.
All right.
Okay?
1, 2, 3.
Up. Ash wins.
Rocket League.
It is Rocket League. Yes, it is. Ash, do you remember 1 or 2 podcasts ago you were talking about Rocket League and
The original version. And
What its
everything,
original
yeah.
version is called, which is called the Supersonic something rocket powered cars.
It's called, let me tell you real quick. I was looking at this earlier. It's called Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket-Powered Battle Cars.
Yeah.
It was released in 2008 on the PlayStation 3.
No
and
wonder why it
technically
did so
Rocket
good.
League, Rocket League is the sequel to it. What's crazy is, and maybe it controls a little bit differently, when you're actually playing it, but the trailer looks an awful lot like Rocket League.
No, yeah, it is very
it's
similar. They released a DLC recently of original cars from that first game, which is like the weird buggy shaped cars. And then like even the arenas are very similar. It's just like it looks like Rocket League, but with like 2008 graphics.
Yeah.
Well, and they tightened up the controls, right? Like that was kind of like the big thing that they fixed was like making it more playable, right?
Just the controls and just like I think the ball physics as well. They said they spent like a stupid amount of time on the ball physics.
Well, they did a good
let's
job.
see.
Yeah, it's so tight. Like it just you never feel like when you hit the ball that something went wrong, right? It's always like, no, that went the way it was supposed to go. If there was fault, it was on my end.
Rocket League, which is the successor to Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Powered
Say
Battle
the
Cars.
word. Say the word. Is it like
Gotta say
supersonic?
the full title.
It's
So Rocket League on Metacritic, the PS4 has an 85, the PC version has an 86. IGN gave it an out of 10. Polygon 9 out of 10, Metro 9 out of 10, whereas the supersonic acrobatic rocket-powered battle cars got 67 out of 100 on Metacritic, and IGN gave it 6.5 out of 10. So I guess that just goes to show you stick-to-itiveness will get you everywhere, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
if you release a piece of shit in 2008, just remake it and release it in 2015.
And it's insane to me. I don't even understand how they had enough funding to stay alive for the 6 years it took them to make Rocket League.
Where are they from?
They're from San Diego.
Oh,
and this is actually the crazy thing. Psyonix have made like nothing.
Yeah.
And apparently on Wikipedia they have contributed to, and they've contributed, and I'm not sure in what way, to some big name games. Unreal Tournament 2004, in 2006 Gears of War, 2007 Unreal Tournament 3.
Okay. So they probably
Bulletstorm,
did like
Homefront, Mass Effect 3.
Yeah, they were doing contract work here and there to pay for.
They were doing contract work, but it's.
But as far as games that they actually released, I mean, you've got this game called Monster Madness Gravedigger, which was just basically a re-release or a port of a different game that was released on PlayStation 3. They did this game called Whizzle. They did a game called Arc Squadron, which is an Android app.
Oh, okay.
And then they did Rocket League. So Rocket League is the only successful game that they've made so far.
Well, it sounds to me, I mean, especially since you say like the contributed to thing, I imagine what they did was like they knew that with Rocket League they had a good idea with the supersonic battle cars, whatever.
Supersonic acrobatic rocket-powered battle cars. What is so hard to understand about that, Bryce?
SARPB.
SARPBC. SARPBC.
Sarpga, of course.
Yeah.
Sarpga.
Everybody knows.
So I think the thing is, like, they probably knew, like, with Sarpga, that they had a hit, but like they needed to refine it, and so they did contract work, as many developers do, in order to make ends meet between big projects, and just were working on that one. And it was a smart
we're all
move.
very glad they did because that game is tons of fun.
Great game.
All
Damn
right,
it, Ash. Once again.
Moving on.
If anyone deserved that question, it's the guy that has like 60 hours.
I was going to say, if you didn't get that one.
Okay, if that one was tailored to Ash, then this one is tailored to Price, okay?
Oh, no. Don't say that, because I'm
number
gonna
10.
Get it wrong
In
now.
2015, Ed McMillan gave the world Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, and there was much rejoice. As it turns out, McMillan has made a lot of games since 2000. Which one of the following is not a game created by Ed McMillan? Is it A, Stabby the Clown, B, Twin Hobo Rocket, C, The Lonely Hermit, or D, WWF Baby Dress Up?
Buzz.
I have no idea.
Jasmine.
Can I say the WWF Baby Dress Up?
You wish that he didn't create that, but
I
he
bet
did.
he-
That is a
I
game
gotta
that he
find
created.
it now. All right.
Buzz B.
WWF.
What is it?
Baby.
B, Twin Hobo Rocket?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that is
Actually,
also a
sounds-
real
that
game
sounds a
by
lot
Ed
like
McMillan.
his. I couldn't even remember any of the names you
Buzz,
said.
the first
Yes.
one, Stabby the Clown.
Stabby the Clown? He didn't create Stabby the Clown. That is a creation of me within my own mind.
So you are very Edmund. I've
I
never
know.
heard of any of
well,
those games.
I based Stabby the Clown off a game that he did called Clubby the Seal. So I figured,
Seal.
I think I've actually heard of C, which is why I didn't go for that one.
Yeah, he did a lot of dead baby dress up games, which is where WWF Baby Dress Up, I'm sure, comes
gotcha.
from. You can dress up dead babies as WWF characters.
Yeah, I've never
He
played
has
any of those ones.
Just the weirdest visions for his games.
Yep.
Yeah, he
Yep.
does.
I mean, it's if you've seen Indie Game the movie, like when he talks about kind of like his life and his upbringing and how that influenced his style and like what he's into, it makes a little bit of sense.
Sure.
So Indie Game the movie, if you're interested in Ed, go check that out.
Mostly what I take away from that movie is his horrible experience with Microsoft is what I recall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
that
between
sucked.
like the three of them who they interviewed throughout like most of that movie, or four of them, it seemed like he was the most stable, like the most like able to handle it. Like everybody else was losing it. It seemed
yeah.
like.
I'm gonna have to say it's really
does not make you want to be an indie dev.
It's really
dev.
sad that it's on Newgrounds using Flash, and my computer just does not want to play it at all. So I can't.
Yeah, all
enjoy
these games
WWF
are
Baby
Flash
Dress Up
games
right
that
now.
you could do.
The other day,
I wanted
just
to dress
randomly
up a little baby.
I came across on Twitter this guy who used to make animations on Newgrounds like a decade ago or something like that. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot about him. And so I went to like try and watch some of the old videos that I watched when I was like, in high school or whatever. And my computer couldn't run them. Like the Flash was so old
Right.
that nothing can play them anymore.
There's only a few things that can still play. Like Homestar always can play.
Yeah. Because they keep it
Very
up.
certain, but like most of that stuff is now on YouTube.
That's the thing. Homestar has created
hell,
its own
Ash is gonna
YouTube
win this
channel.
whole damn thing.
Anyway,
Yeah. But every once in a while, me and Ash go, email.
Downloads. Characters.
How do you type with boxing gloves on? All right. Question number 11. You know what the hell? I'm going to make this worth 5 points. All right. Question 11, worth 5 points. All right.
There it is.
Why not? This 2015 title, which is the latest in a series dating back to 1992, features a protagonist named BJ Blazkowicz. What is the name of this 2015 title?
Blazkowicz?
Is it A, Brandish, The Dark Revenant, B, Wolfenstein, The Old Blood, C, Metal Slug 3, or D, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3?
I'm buzzing in just saying Wolfenstein.
I'm gonna give it to Jazz.
All right,
that was quick, but you know what?
Okay, yeah,
she didn't have any points.
She was the first buzz. Yeah,
it was close. It was close.
There is lag. Of course, you think she is because she's right behind you. You heard it when she said it.
See, but I'm looking at the video, and the video says,
"Let me have some."
No, you can have it. You can have it. No, I think you got that. That's fine.
You did, and with that, you've got 6 points, and so now you're ahead of Price.
I mean, everyone's behind Ash by like 1,000,000 points, right?
Yeah,
so it doesn't matter.
All right. So let's just recap before we get into question number 12. Price, you have 4 points. Jazz, congratulations. You are now second with 6 points. Ash, you have 9 points. All right.
Sweet.
So,
what was his name
next
again?
one's worth
Tell me
20
his
points.
name again.
BJ Blazkowicz.
Blazkowicz.
BJ Blazkowicz. All right.
that?
We'll do 5 points for this question as well. Question number 12. In the game Life is Strange, Maxine Caulfield has a special ability. What is this ability? A, she can read minds.
Buzz. Time travel.
I'm tempted to give it to you, but let me finish reading the questions.
All right.
I'll give you first crack.
Okay.
B, she can rewind time. C, she can see the future. D, she can eat twice her weight in a single sitting.
Rewind time.
She can rewind time. She can't technically time travel, but she can rewind it.
Right. I haven't played it or seen it yet, but I've heard enough people talking about it that I knew it had something to do with going back in time. I really want to play that game, by the way. I'm hoping to play it.
Just remember to play it without any music.
With that, now we've got a race. Now we've got some skin in the game.
Also, real quickly, to everybody who, because I know we get this suggestion a lot, like play Life is Strange, play Life is Strange, play Life is Strange. It has a lot of licensed music in it, which makes it near impossible for Let's Players to do it.
Let's Players that are on Polaris, as we are now.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess, well, let's not go too deep into it, but a few high-profile YouTubers had their videos for Life is Strange pulled, and these are people who you would think would have a lot of pull, but those videos got taken down because of the licensed music. So if I do it, there's going to be some jujitsu I'm going to have to do in order to make that work.
Is there no way you could just turn off the music at all?
I think you
could. Or is it hard-coded?
But then you'd have to edit in music so that's not boring to watch. And
It makes a lot of work. Take for instance, Fallout 4, because YouTube will flag games that it recognizes music in, and then it will say, like, no, you don't have a copyright to play this, so we're going to give that money to the copyright holder.
Sure.
In Fallout 4, though I turn the music off, there will still be radios that are playing music throughout the wasteland.
Sure.
And if you don't catch those real quick and turn them off real quick, then your video is now flagged for copyright, which kind of sucks because we're talking about maybe 10 seconds of a song playing, and now all of a sudden you can't monetize that video. But the copyright holder of that song now gets the cash from your video for that 10 seconds that the song played. It's just all part of the funky business of this new industry, which is YouTubing, and I mean, eventually it'll get hashed out. But and
I get that
it's growing pains.
I totally think that copyright holders should get the money for stuff that when you play your stuff. You can't just freely play someone's music. It's that's like if running a radio station but not having to pay royalties. It wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But with Life is Strange, from what I've heard, the music kind of really plays into it a lot, and so that's where I'm kind of torn. Because if the music is really important to the emotional journey of a game that's very story driven, then it's kind of like, well,
it's true.
I don't know. So we'll see. Anyways,
it's like one of those shows
it's very similar to the game Gone Home, in that the music is also very integral to that game, and it's all.
There's this show that I loved as a kid called The State, which is kind of like a seminal sketch comedy show that was on MTV in the 90s, back when music was cool. And since it was on MTV, it featured a lot of popular MTV music at the time. Well, The State, it took forever for them to release it on DVD because MTV held the rights to the music, but the state obviously held the rights to their content.
Right.
And so when it did finally release, it was without all of those popular MTV songs, and now they just interjected new songs into and it was so weird.
You want to know another?
Okay,
there's two more shows that are kind of like that. One, Scrubs. We've been watching Scrubs on Hulu or Netflix, and all the music's different. 2, the worst offender of changing the music in a TV show that's already been long running is Iron Chef.
Oh, really?
Because they don't have the rights to that music from what's that movie called, Ash?
It was Backdraft.
Backdraft. So when they put out Iron Chef again, the music, every single song is different. And it's more Pokemon themed. So when they actually have battles, you feel like you're doing a gym battle. But it's not the same, song where they're, entering in. It's not the same.
It's just licensing costs. Like, I'm sure Netflix just goes to the lowest bidder and says, hey, how cheaply can you give me Scrubs?
Yeah,
and they're like
Constantine, when I watched that.
We can give you Scrubs super cheaply, but guess what? It's going to have none of the original music.
Oh, I bet you that was all done for the DVD releases. I bet you that was already done. And so they probably just take whatever the digital form that they have is, and it's like, when they made those DVDs, Fox or whoever owns Scrubs was like, we'll save a ton of money by just not using that music.
And it's the same thing like Constantine. Like, Netflix buys really cheap ones. For some reason, the Constantine copy that they have on Netflix is from French. Like, all the subtitles are hard-coded in French.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That is
On
insane.
Netflix?
Yeah, like, I don't think it's a DVD release thing, Price. I think it's legitimately Netflix buys the lowest bidder copy of things.
I was really surprised to hear
this. You
this
sure you
too.
didn't turn on those subtitles?
No,
I've
it
never
is
heard
in
of that
French.
happening.
She might have.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Because, like, at the very beginning, they're speaking Spanish
She's
to
trying
each
to
other, and
learn
he finds the
French.
Spirit Destiny.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
French subtitles. And I can't change
Oh,
it.
I see. Okay, not the entire time, but just
the
when
subtitles.
he's interesting. Okay.
Huh. Weird.
Weird. All right, food for thought, guys.
Yep.
Okay.
Iron Chef, I missed that show.
Breaking news. Price and Ash are now tied. 9 points each, with Jasmine following closely with 6 points. I should have just made
That's why you shouldn't have done so well at the beginning, Ash. Now all the points are worth more.
This is why this game's rigged.
Hey, I always planned on upping the score gradually throughout this show. I totally
Once Ash is
did.
in the lead. Let's up the score.
I think he did it last year, too.
All right. Hey, man, I gotta balance the playing field, okay? Okay, question number 13. Believe it or not, there are 74 different Pokemon games. How many Pokemon titles were released in 2015? Bonus points if you can name any of the titles. Were there 4? B, 12? C, 9? Or D, 3 Pokemon titles released in 2015? Price.
9?
Incorrect. Nice guess.
Buzz.
Ash.
3.
Incorrect.
Buzz.
Jasmine.
4.
4.
I know there
4
was
is
black
the correct answer.
Was there Black and White? Black and White 2.
I will tell you, neither of those were released in 2015.
Really?
Buzz.
Were they
Anybody
not?
else want to throw in some guesses?
There was the mobile game, which I fuck
Not
it
out yet.
That's not out yet.
Pokemon Go that comes out this
Is
year.
it Pokemon?
Z. X and Y?
Wrong.
No, that was last year. Z did not come out last year?
No.
I thought that was a thing.
Is it the one that came out on the Wii U? It's like it's not. It's like a tournament though. It's shit. What is that called?
You got to put a timer on this, Rick.
It's blue. It's the blue, green, yellow, and
All right,
red. It was
10
the
seconds.
re-releases.
10 seconds.
Was there also like a Pokemon dungeon that came out this year too? There
was
so many of those dungeon
Emerald Green?
ones.
There was. Do you want to just try to guess what it was called?
No, I can't because they're probably like something like the journey of this and that.
It's Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon.
Was it not Emerald Green came out this year or something like that?
No. The games that came out
Blast
this
Yellow
year,
or something like that?
none of the games that you would identify came out this year.
Yeah.
Pokemon Shuffle, Pokemon Rumble World, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, and Pokemon Picross. All came out
I
this
should
year.
know that. That was everybody talked about that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the one
so-
that's like a tournament thing, I think. And then they actually
So Jazz
Jasmine
got
Picross
that.
was like it's a puzzle game.
was it a puzzle game? I thought it was something.
It's a puzzle
Jasmine
game.
was correct with 4.
So now Jasmine's in the lead.
So now Jasmine's in the lead with 10.
Shit.
Price and Ash, you each have 9.
Do I
Comes down
not
to
get
this
an
last
extra
question.
point for the Pokemon Super Dungeon?
No.
No, I'm not going to give you that point. But you are leading by 1, so just,
Just don't lose.
don't get too big for your britches. All right.
Is Jasmine not leading by 2? I thought she was at 6 points earlier.
6 and 5.
She was at 6, and then she just got 5, which is 11. Oh, yes, it's 11. I'm sorry. I only gave her 10.
Yep.
Good way to math. So you are 2 points ahead. Okay. This last question. In 2015, which breakfast food was voted better than pancakes according to a prominent
Buzz.
Ask Reddit thread?
Waffles.
It is waffles. Price, I'm glad to hear you come around finally on the waffle debate.
Price, Price, I want you to know, you won that, but you sold your soul to win that.
No. He didn't ask what is better. He said what was voted best by a group of idiots.
A real pancake lover would never answer that question.
Price wanted to win so hard that he sold his...
Interesting
I'm
fact
use
is
all the proceeds to open a pancake restaurant.
According to Reddit user Vaughn B. Horn, pancakes are just waffles that never got their shit together.
Bullshit.
Well, there you have it. Price, sacrificing his morals, is the winner of the 2016 yearly quiz show.
Could I just get a tally? Could I just get a tally here of who answered the most questions correctly?
Oh, Ash.
Okay, Ash, you answered the most questions correctly, but obviously in the wrong order.
Ash, you win the Miss Congeniality Award.
Okay, thank you.
You do look very good.
I need
today.
a sash.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Here's a cat.
Obviously, these points have no bearing on anything whatsoever. And
no, I'm
thank
not
you.
King of Stumpt.
What's that?
I'm King of Stumpt.
Okay, you're the King of Stumpt.
For the next year, I'm the King of Stumpt.
Until the next year, fine.
Hey, Price,
okay.
You're fine.
What's up?
There may be another quiz show in the works later on. I kind of wanted to do a 2015 quiz show, and it's actually really hard to find topics when you're trying to, and you think something that's like as general as 2015 video games, it'd be easy to find, but not a lot of people do this. Not a lot of people put together like a year in review quiz show. It's ridiculously hard to find this kind of stuff.
Come on, people.
What I had to do was go on to Wikipedia, find out everything that's happened in the last year, and then try to construct questions based off of that. It's a pain in the ass, let me tell you.
Well, they're
but
really
now
hard.
You're an expert historian of the year 2015 in gaming.
I think I know more than I did before the start of the day, for sure. Yes, Toe Jam and Earl, there he is. Hello, Earl. Okay, well, that wraps up that quiz show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope...
That last question was bullshit.
It was.
I hope that you guys
no, it wasn't.
realized the folly of pancakes.
No.
Even Reddit voted waffles the best.
That's right. That was a very prestigious
Reddit is
the most wisely of the internet.
It was a prominent Ask Reddit thread. It says it in the question.
No.
Hey, Price.
Right. Disagree.
National Pancake Day coming up next month, buddy.
Is it really?
Yeah.
We should go get
sometime in February.
Pancakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not invite these jokers.
Absolutely not.
Ash and I are going to go eat pancakes and leave you to...
We're going to have some chicken and waffles.
Every day is pancake day for me. I celebrate them on a daily basis, unlike you.
Oh, so he loves pancakes.
Slackers.
See, he just said it.
I meant waffle day.
Oh,
I meant every day is... every day is...
Rick, you and me will go get some chicken and waffles.
Slip.
That's right.
February 9th.
Hey, guys, why don't you go put some chicken on a pancake? Oh, nobody does that because it's disgusting.
Sounds good.
No, I'll put sausage in a pancake and have pigs in a blanket.
Exactly.
That just became something different.
Yeah,
it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's not even pancakes.
Oh, okay.
Anymore.
Oh, sorry. Mine's more creative.
Yeah.
Chicken next to waffles.
Yeah.
That's
I bet your waffle.
I bet your waffle
wishes it could roll over something, but it can't. It's brittle and heartless.
No, it's not. It's strong and durable.
And who eats chicken for breakfast?
Waffle is strong. All right, that's it, guys. That's been our podcast, our Stumptcast, another great one, where we've decided once for all that waffles are the best. And I've been Rick, joined by Ash, Price, and Jasmine, and we'll see you guys next 2 weeks.
Bye.
Waffles are great. Bye, guys.
Why do we have to pick? Why can't we just eat both?